Hey Diane, Mira here. I was just gonna hop on today and show you your basement floor plan and then also the 3Ds. So I'll just start over here when you come down the stairs. Um, Katie and I talked about this space quite a bit because I know right now you have a mini fridge. I'm not sure if you do want to get a full size fridge, but maybe if this becomes a more entertaining space. And I think we talked about that too. So I did put a full size fridge on the end here. But originally I talked about or thought about putting the table in this area. But then when the fridge comes in there, it just gets too tight. Another reason why I didn't put the fridge or the table over there was because the like if there's a game going on the TV or anything that's happening over in this space, you're just kind of over in your own corner over here. So I did just put like a credenza and make it just look kind of like a nice entryway when you come in. In the corner here, I did throw in a popcorn machine for fun. Katie and I talked about that. We've seen that in some other clients' basements too. I don't know, maybe it's something you guys won't utilize, but just something to think about that could be fun. The other thing that we did talk about too is like you could get a pub table or like you could just set up a card table and then instead of the credenza or any type of storage piece, that would be moved over here and you could put like games in there. And then the card table or the pub table could be set up and this could be like a dedicated corner for playing like board games, puzzles, whatever. And then in the kitchen, nothing really changed, like layout wise. I just put the table there, which I know you have a table there now. I don't know if you want to get a new table or keep what you have, but either way, just a table there. And then this space over here, I dedicated just like for the grandkids. So I'll explain that a little bit more in 3D. But the ping pong table, I can't remember if you said you were keeping that or getting rid of it. But I made sure that this stuff over here was flexible because if you did want to pull off the ping pong table, then this chair and these poofs could be moved over so then there's plenty of space to play ping pong. Or like you said, if the grandkids are tossing around like a ball, then, things could be moved too. And then over here is just the living room part, the sectional, and then the fireplace with the built-ins. But yeah, I'll pull up the 3Ds so then it's more fun to see too. So here's the first perspective for you. This is when you come down the stairs here, and then there's that door to the storage room. Like I said, I just put a credenza on there with a clock, just kind of made it just look like an entry or a nice like focal point when you come down the stairs. Another thing that I thought about too is that black table that's in your main entry upstairs right now, where the bench is gonna probably get moved to. That black table could come down here too, if you wanted to do that. It necessarily wouldn't have like game storage, but then you wouldn't have to purchase a new piece. And I don't know how your kitchen cabinets look down here. If there's room for game storage in there, then that's perfectly fine. So again, full-size fridge, the popcorn maker, just something for fun, something to think about you could put down there. And then again, credenza, you could put games in there and then still utilize this table for games too. So there's that perspective. Oh, and I should mention too, so there's this flooring. I'll send you the actual link to the website image of it. The computer program does not do this flooring justice, but it is a porcelain tile, but it's like made to look like old brick, but really, really pretty. And I also thought for this space to go with like that southwestern eclectic style that we are going with upstairs, but then also it has those copper tones in it, so then that would bring that downstairs too. So that is that. Here for the next perspective, this is just of the kitchen area. Again, nothing's really changing in this area, just updated the lighting with recessed light, and then the cabinet color we painted, I think it's showing up a little bit darker than what it actually would be in real life, but just a nice like slate gray, has some brown undertones in there to work with the countertops, but yeah, just painting them darker. And then the other thing in this perspective was this barn door. I know currently you just have a regular door there, and that's perfectly fine. I did just throw in the barn door. I know that you talked about the grandkids. That's the room that they could also utilize to play in. So I was like, well, maybe that would be nice. You could just slide it open when they're there, and then they can just go in and out. It also creates kind of a cool focal point, and again, like with the flooring, brings that like industrial southwestern look downstairs too. It also kind of breaks up that large wall and just adds something to it. But yeah, just something to think about. So here's the carpeted half of the basement. I should mention right away, I did put a rug here and in the living room. It's totally up to you. I know some people don't like rugs on carpet, then what's the purpose of it? I see it totally both ways. But with such a large space, it kind of breaks it down to like centralize or focus on different spaces throughout the space. So yeah, just totally up to you what you want to do. Again, like I said, with the ping pong table, there is room for it. These chair and poofs would obviously have to be slided somewhere, but you do have the space if you do plan on keeping it. If you don't, I was thinking like a bookshelf or some type of table or something, or drawers, something with storage you could put in place here, and then toys, or I know you said you have a lot of books, that could go in there too. This is like the dedicated grandkid space, so I did do this like custom chalkboard. That would be fun for them. Otherwise it could be like a whiteboard, or they have like all different things out there for kids now. So that could be something for them to utilize. And then I did do these book rails. I know you have a lot of adult books. I'm not sure like grandkids books, but I thought that would be kind of fun. If you did have kids books, then they could have easy access to them. And then I did put the rocking chair that you already have here, and they could, you could read to them, or their parents could read to them, whatever works. And then this table right here, I know you talked about that you liked that too, like the sofa. Well, it's not a sofa table, but that look with chairs for extra seating. So I did put that behind the sectional, and people or adults could sit there, but I was also thinking for the grandkids, if they like color, want to play games, whatever, they could also sit in this space. And then just threw in a couple baskets for toys, and then these poofs too. They can be utilized as extra seating for your feet if you're sitting on the sectional, if you wanted that, or they're so fun for kids too because they're more at their height, so they can sit on them while they're being read to, or just playing, whatever. So there's that perspective. So here's of the living room part. Again, a sectional. I think you guys did end up purchasing that sectional from Brandon Family and Flooring. I just threw one in that we had in our program, but if I get the dimensions, and I don't know if you have a picture of it, just so I could try to color match it. Yeah, just a sectional in there, and then a rug just to centralize that space again. A coffee table. That sectional might have come with an ottoman, or maybe you're thinking more of an ottoman rather than a coffee table. I just threw in this industrial one. They're fun too, and kind of goes with the barn door and then with the fireplace too. And then a mirror here just to break up that large wall again, but two, it'll bounce around light, and there's an art piece over here on this side that it will reflect too. And then with the fireplace, I did built-ins on both sides, and then I'm forgetting the name of it right now, but basically it's like this large man-made slab made to look like stone, but it comes in this copper color. I'll send the link with that too, with the flooring, so the website will show it a little bit better. But bringing that copper color again downstairs, so that's what I did with the fireplace, but still like that large slab really gives that industrial, like eclectic look. So, and then with the copper tones, that's ties in with the flooring, and like I said, bringing it from upstairs. And then these built-ins on each side, I did the cabinet color to match what's going on in the kitchen. Another thing to think about, I did mess around too with like more of a concrete look for the fireplace. And so if that was the case, depending on the color of the concrete, then the cabinet color could be something else. Otherwise, it might just work fine too. And then just wood for the shelves and the top. I did have a mantle on the fireplace, and then I took it off because I went back and forth. I've seen these really clean stone look fireplaces with mantles and without. If you do want to see it with a mantle, I can throw it in there, and I would just probably match the wood to what's going on over here. Kind of just a preference to how you like the look. Like I said, I've seen it both ways, so totally up to you. Oh, another thing. I think you said electric fireplace, but maybe you said gas. So that might determine whether you want to do a mantle or not too, because if it's the gas, then this will probably be more of a square look rather than the horizontal look. So that could determine things too. And then here, this isn't really showing anything, but just that large wall, and I broke it up into just two different pieces. The artwork over here with the living room side, and then the grid wall here. So these are those floating frames. So essentially they don't have backs, it's just two pieces of glass and then the picture with it. I just did a grid wall in my own house. I have these really cool old vintage photos of my great-grandpa when he was growing up, of their farm, and they're black and white, super cool. I can send you a picture of it. So I was thinking, like, if you had something like that, that could be cool, like vintage photos of your family, or Mark's family growing up. They could be put in there. Otherwise, just like more recent photos too could be an option. But yeah, just this grid wall with photos. And then for my last one here, just of the living room perspective, just so you could see the other side of what the sectional looks like, and then with the mirror and then the space for the grandkids in the kitchen going on back there. So yeah, that is everything. I'm looking forward to your feedback, and yeah, can't wait to move forward. So thank you.